is Josh Wright after Ebbsfleet versus Leyton Orient, pre-season friendly. What's your take on that, Josh?
A lot I liked, Chaz, I have to say. I'll start with a negative. Really disappointed with the goals we conceded. Result aside, because it's not about the result at this stage, especially in pre-season. I said to the boys at half time, and I've just said it to the second half group, or the last 30 group then as well, for so much good work that they did. It took us about 25 minutes to adjust to Leyton Orient, and I have to say, I go on record, I love the way Leyton Orient played, which is a big reason why I arranged this game. The way they move the ball, the way they move with what they do, without going into too much detail, and it gave us a good test. And we won't come up against anything like that in the league this year, I'm sure. But the boys adjusted 20-25 minutes, and I thought they really grew into the game. We deserved our goal right on half time. Just a disappointing thing for me was the goals we conceded, but that's what happens when you play good sides and they move around. But it was just a lack of concentration, mistake for the first one, and then a runner for the second one, which I said, no matter what level we play at in the league this year, or if we draw Man City in the cup, you have to track your runners, and that disappointed me. And in the second half, the two goals, I thought we really grew into it second half, and it's not about where we were at, having them on the ropes. It was nothing like that, but we just disrupted their flow back into the first half and especially into the second half, and we have a great chance to go to all, if you want to talk about the scoreline. And then we start making changes and different bits and bobs, and a little bit leggy and concentration, but we concede a really weak, poor goal. But I've just said to them then, you're most vulnerable when you concede, or when a goal goes in and we concede straight away after. And that was a disappointing thing, because you come away from it against a very, very good League One side, by the way, who were moments or one game away from the Championship a few weeks ago, a couple of months, 6 weeks ago, maybe I should say. But they gave a good account of themselves, the boys. They worked very, very hard. They had some lovely passages of play. The out of possession shape and press, which in fairness to their manager today, just complimented us and said that to me. He was really impressed with it. And also on the transition, but also our style, when to play, when not to play. I thought we caused some problems, especially as the game went on. And overall, result aside, of course, but in terms of the actual general day, I'm really, really pleased. And with that, I know I've just gone on there, but let me say the absolute credit to the football club to get this game on today. And the big, big word has to go for Damien to dig in after having a couple of games on it midweek. And with the weather that we've had through the night and today, this game could have comfortably, easily been called off, which we've seen up and down, especially through London areas today. I'm sure there might have been more even beyond this. And it's a credit the way the pitch held up to the groundsman and to everyone that's dug in today, because it was hard work, because at one stage it was really pretty much more or less called off, or it was going to get called off. And it's a credit and a big thank you to Damien and team to get this game on. And all in all, it's been a positive day for that reason.
I mean, some people that weren't here will look at the scoreline and think, oh, it's a heavy defeat, but it doesn't reflect the game at all, really. A couple of early goals. The first one, I think some fans in the stand thought, before the touch from Fielding, the guy was offside, but that's neither here nor there. It was the goal was given. So 2 early goals, 2 late goals, but for an hour in the middle between them, it was nip and tuck, wasn't it?
Yeah, I completely agree with your assessment there, Chaz. That the goals frustrate me, and that's exactly what we'll be going through on Monday. We'll be looking at that. We'll be looking at a lot of positives as well, by the way, but we'll go through the goals. He may have been offside, the boy. We don't know, but the beer and end of his track your runners to start with, and with the second one. But as I say, we adjusted and we really grew into it, and we deserved that at half time, at least a goal. And then second half, I was really impressed. I think credit to them, as I was already said, how good I think they are, Leyton Orient. They just lost their way a little bit, and we have to take credit for that as well. And could have been to all at that stage, but the boys came on, and it's difficult when you come on with 30 minutes to go and you've sat there and you're wet and you're damp and whatever else after sitting, warming up, going back down, warming up, and they were good. They were good when they came in as well. It was just 2 really poor goals. The second one again was more of an individual mistake through the middle, just a lack of concentration or a touch, if you like. But the first one to allow them in there, but it was the speed of the 2 goals, how they come back to back, which is what I didn't like. But that's what pre-season's for. Pre-season's to look back at it, adjust. Why did it happen? How did it happen? What can we do to prevent that next time? And to keep improving fitness, but also the mental side of things with your fitness, because it comes hand in hand. But I have to say, going up against them today, who are a good side, I thought the boys really, really went about their business in a nice way, and I'm seeing a lot of good stuff.
Just one question, one player I'll pick out purely because he scored the goal, Kwesi Appiah. I remember sitting here, goodness knows how many years ago, seeing him come out of the academy and make his debut for the club. He's gone off and had a wonderful career in football, and now he's come back to Stonebridge Road, scored for you today. What are you looking for from Kwesi for this season?
Yeah, look, first and foremost on Kwesi scoring is we've had some goals coming from different areas of the pitch, and I think I said on here the other night that it's now down to us to start getting the forwards in the goals, and they will. There's a lot of goals within those forwards. In terms of Kwesi, just his out and out presence and his experience is going to be so key. It's going to be so key to us, but you see it today when there's a little bit of pressure on us and there's a little bit of a press happening, which Orient pressed high and come after us. He just gives you that play. He comes down, he drops down, he brings it on his chest, he can flick it on, and he knows the game. He knows the levels and he knows what it takes. He knows where to be in possession, out of possession, and Kwesi's going to be a massive part for us this year, and it was great to see him at the back of the net, but credit to Aaron Cosgrave as well, because we started with a front three with Kwesi through the middle, but the actual goal had Aaron through the middle and Kwesi coming in from wider as it looked at that time, obviously, but Aaron showed composure. He's taken a nice touch, he's slayed it off to Kwesi, and it was a nice goal. When you want your strikers to score goals, like you want everyone to score, but if you can get the strikers in the goals, it's another positive out of today, and Kwesi will be a big player for us.
Well done today for putting up a good performance against a strong side, and we look forward to seeing you on Tuesday against Gillingham.
Yep, cheers, Chaz.
Thanks, George.